It's just another expiration Friday. Whoa, whoa. Checking on my trades, yeah, yeah. Hoping to find you know what we're hoping to find?
Money.
A pile of money. We got special in studio guests today. I got a little cutie patootie dog at my feet, Stella Bella. And even cuter than that is my lady friend sitting next to me, aka my wife, aka Sparkle Barbie, aka Lady Spins a Lot. See, she
I knew you
knows.
were going to say that.
Don't you dare. She was going to call me a name. So check it in here, and it is March 1st. So ringing in the spring with an all-time high. Ding-a-ding-a-ding-dong right there. So we got that going for us. Let's take a live look and see what's up with the trades. And I do have a little cheat sheet of some potential calls and maybe even a round of puts that we're going to sell. So we do have the Alcoa $25 put expiring today. It's at 95% profit. EOG, this one we got a close eye on. In fact, over on the big board, which is, I don't know, what size is that monitor? Like 30 inch?
Yeah.
It's a pretty big monitor on the Big Mac. And I have Trading View in one window, and inside Trading View, I have 4 windows open with charts. Alcoa, one of them, EOG Resources, Unity Software, and USO, which is, of course, the oil ETF. On the other side, I have a window, a browser open with about 70,000 tabs, bar chart being the main ones, along with Sparkle's account. Let's look at Sparkle's account. Hello, all-time high over there too, sweetie pants.
Woo.
So we got that going for us. And so I'm looking closely at Alcoa today, which is on the board, sitting pretty there. However, EOG is currently in the money. So we have 116 calls on, and EOG is currently at 116.28. So we'll be watching that down to the wire because we are not allowing EOG to escape our clutches. So we'll be rolling that out and up. So we'll be watching it, but this is actually good for it to be at the 116. I'd love for it to be at maybe 115.99 around closing time, because we'll be able to roll that and then sit comfortably through the next round of premium collection. And the reason that we have Unity on the board is, drum roll please, because we're watching it. Actually, we got TBT there doing great at 83%. That's the inverse of the TLT, which is bonds. And then we have Unity right there. And Stacy and I both have this exact same trade. In fact, we both have the $25 put on Alcoa trade as well. So the 29.50 on Unity, got my eye on Unity. It just had a big run. It ran up to almost 20. It was at 29.42. Currently sitting at 29.34. So we'll watch this. If we will probably take possession at 29.50 if that's going to be the case. But again, with Unity, it's very volatile. So it could easily be at 30 before the end of trading today. And if so, we'll just pocket all the dollar bills from that premium collection. We have $7 puts on the VIX. No big deal there. We'll take possession of those as well. The UVIX also with the 850 calls, those are at 96%. VIX is so low. How low can it go? It's like all-time lows. So what does that mean? I don't know. Either we're all getting too complacent, which I think is the case, which leads me to believe we're going to have some VIX events going on where those options and those trades are going to print dollar bills. What else do we have? So that's it for today. What I was looking at is this. Let's go ahead and put some of these on the board. Of course, Alcoa has come off their day highs. Got up to what? About just over 27.70, currently at 27.51. So let me wait another minute on Alcoa. Let me look at the other metals. Because Alcoa is a miner. And so if we looked at trading those though right now, let's do that. Put up Alcoa right here. And we're at 27.50 currently at Alcoa. We have a cost average of 26.05. If we wanted to trade, and we have 2,000 shares, do we have any on the board Oh, we do. Oh, they're both puts. Never mind. We do not have any calls on the board. So if we went to trade the options, we'd have 20 contracts to sell on the call side. If we just went out 1 week, because I think Alcoa is going to be running. I don't know when, but it's going to be soon. If we went to 80% popped, which is probability of profit, $29, we would be able to catch a few bucks for the pocketbook for the Holly Hobby wallet. Let's put one of these on the board at 30. No, let's do, if you want to 29, if it's going to go back up though, let's put that 30 back on there. 30 cents per 20 contracts. So we'd be looking at close to $600. We could put on the board. It's not going to fill right now. But if the share price does what I believe it's going to do between now and the next couple of hours, then it will definitely fill. So let's go ahead and put it on the board. Yes, so that'll be on the pending board for us. Next, what do we see? I see GDX. Okay, gold miner there. How are we looking on GDX? Look at that move today from 26.35 all the way up to where we're at now, 27.32. Still not at my overall cost, but we do have 6,000 shares of that son of a gun and nothing on the board. So we can, so look, so what we, if we wanted to just roll, or if we wanted to just wheel it, we can be as aggressive as 28, but I don't want to be that aggressive because there's plenty of room for GDX to roll. And we want to catch some share appreciation along the way as well. So let's look at 7-day trade on the call side. And what can we do here? 28.50 would be a decent number because it still leaves what, $1.20 on the upside from where it's currently trading. We could always roll it if we don't want to let them go. 15 per, and what is the bid ask? So 15 would be the number, and we can fill that right now. But we have 60 contracts, right? So that's still going to be a nice little payday. 60 contracts. It's above our strike or above our cost basis, right? So even if we fell asleep, right, like Rip Van Winkle and didn't wake up and those shares were called away in the meantime, we would make that premium plus the upside on the appreciation. And I always appreciate that. So let's see if we can put the $900 in our pocket. Let's see, clickety clack. And there it is. Okay, $8.98, we'll call it. $8.98. Hey, that just paid for your trip to Menards.
Nice.
We bought our son a chainsaw. You heard that right. We got plenty of trees and fallen trees and debris on the property line on the south for him to work on and make a couple dollar bills. We'll probably pay him what, $4 an hour?
Yeah,
something like $4.25. Yeah, that was my old minimum wage back in the day as well. So we'll pay $4.25 dollars an hour for him to do so. So that's 60 contracts at 28.50 GDX, and that expires 3/8. And believe it or not, Kid 3, aka Bart II, aka Deuce, drove himself to school the last 2 days because he's licensed. How could that be? How can that be possible? All right, so there's 28.50 on the board on the strike for GDX. That leaves GDXJ. That'd be the juniors. We should be able to. We don't have nearly as many shares of the juniors though. 2,000 shares cost, or average cost is 32.34. And look at that son of a gun. It's taken a rocket ship up the last 30 minutes. 33.22. Again, we could be aggressive here on our 20 contracts on the call side. We'll do another week because I think gold, and I know, Bart, you've been saying it for like 2 months. Gold has some legs. It does. It's got legs. So we're going. So how many shares did we say we have? 2,000. So let's go to the 81% pop right there. Probability of profit. 34.50 strike. 23 per. We do have 20 contracts. Tight bid and ask. We can try for the 24 and just put it on the board and see what happens. Let's go ahead and do that for the moment. See if we can't collect the dollars. It probably won't fill right away because right now we're looking at a spread of 23.24. So we're on the ask side on our bid. We'll see what happens. I mean, see, we're on the ask side because we're selling. So we're asking for 24 cents per 2,000 shares. That's close to $480. So we'll leave that on the pending board. Next up, AGQ. That is a 2-time silver ETF, and it should be doing well today either. I haven't looked. I just know silver's up, don't I? Yeah, silver's up. So let's look. Oh boy. Wow, it's up 6.38% today. Still look down here though. That is the cost. So we're not even at cost basis because silver and gold went downtown to Chinatown for a little while on me. Now it's making its way back up, climbing the ladder, and that's where we want to see it. But in the meantime, if we want to collect some rent on this, speaking of rental properties, a lady and I went to take pictures of I told you we had the vacant house that a tenant's been in for like 74 years, and it's like basically a crack house. And I only mean that because of the condition that it's currently in, because he's a handyman, air quotes, and he was supposed to basically remodel the place during his tenure, and his tenure was a long, long time. And we go in there and everything's at the subfloor. So he successfully removed the flooring and never got around to replacing it. And we were going to pay for all of the materials, and of course would have paid him a little labor as well, like $4.25 an hour. So let's see what we can get on the HEQ. We have 3,000 shares there. Is there anything on the board? Oh, there is. What in the world? So that leaves us with 15 contracts. Okay, we can deal with that. Let's go to AGQ and look at what we can do on the call side. So this is a monthly, and there's 2 weeks remaining before the next expiration date. So we'll just trade that date. And we can be aggressive on this if we'd like. 2 weeks to go. 81% pop. Let's check this 30 cents per, because that's nicely above our cost basis. And we have 15 contracts, right? Let's do the 32. You want to try for 32? That could possibly fill right now. Oop, it's 5 centers. Okay, so that won't fill right now. Let me take another look here. AGQ. Put that on the board. Let's put it on the board. Yes. See what the latest movement has been. Oh boy, yeah. See me rolling. We'll put the 35 on the board. We'll just be aggressive and then watch it. I'd like to fill those today, all of the pending trades, because we need a little spending money this weekend. For Lady Spins a Lot. Devon. Let's go to Devon. Devon Energy. Ooh, 44.63, up 1.29% today. Do we have any on the board? We do not. I think we've locked in. No, we haven't. Okay. So the next ex-dividend date is approximately March 12th. Is it more than approximate? Let's go to Devon over at seekingalpha.com. Keep this number in mind, though, or this Zscaler. We're going to be talking about Zscaler in just a moment because that could be our put trade. Where are you at, Devon? There you are. Let's pull Devon up, see if we can confirm ex-dividend date so we don't put ourselves in any type of trick bag. And I like to see some of these, and I'll read through these. Like, for instance, Devon Energy fears have likely peaked. Time to turn bullish. I agree. Devon Energy, accumulating the dip. Okay. Devon Energy versus Diamondback Energy, a battle of the premium. And then you see all the comments. I like to read the comments as well. We got a strong buy here. Devon Energy, a strong E&P play with attractive capital returns. Very nice. So go to dividends. They should have it up here. And they do. It's 314. What did my note say? 312. So I like to guesstimate a little early just so that I have it in front of me. So we're looking at an ex-dividend date of March 14th. We got the 22s on the board, and they announced the 22 special, so it's going to be 44 cents, right? And we have 2,300 shares, so we don't want to miss out on. There's 44 times 2,300 on $1,000 because I'd like to put that right into my Velcro wallet. Okay, so what can we do before that date? Because I think Devon is plateaued. It went to that low. I probably should have accumulated more, but I had such an exposure to oil I didn't feel necessary. But I think we're going to start to see Devon continue to climb and get back into the 50s, where we like it. So we would need to do just 1 week out then. And, there's not great premium on Devon, but we will look for like even a sleep well at night. How well do you want to sleep? I'd sleep well at night at 47 in a week. What do you think? It's not a lot of premium, but it's still better than $0 in premium. And we got 23 contracts, $137. I'm not going to be upset with that. Should fill 17, 23. There we go. All right, Devon, 47, 23 contracts, 3/8 expiration, 137 in the wallet. What's next? ACLS. Axcelis Technologies. Let's trade it. And it's a monthly also, 2 weeks to go before the next expiration. Let's look around 80 pop on selling the calls. That'd be 125. I don't need, on this one, it can move around a lot, so I want to give it some room. It's currently trading at 116.84, so I'm going to look at this 130, which would be at 88.43, and they don't have earnings coming up. They've already reported, right? Let's just confirm. Make sure we are on the same page as the company. Earnings upcoming quarter will be, that's in May. So they did report on February 7th, and they beat across the board, top and bottom. So let's look at the 130. Okay, we only have 100 shares, so we can easily try for the 80. Let's try 80. So we only have one contract to trade, but it's $80. If I can put $80 in there, I will do it. And there it is. So there's 79. We'll round that one up. ACLS 133. What's the date on that? It's 3/15 and $80 bills. In the pocket, what else we got? DocuSign. DocuSign's showing some signs of life. Let's check it out. Should have some nice volatility still involved as well. So let's look to sell that. Just the 1 week. The 1 week. It's currently up today 1.71%, $54.18. 1 week. Yeah, see how implied volatility is still through the roof. So what I'm going to do is the old Swan trade. Swan, sleep well at night. Oh, AGQ, I bet that's filled because I'm looking over at the big board, and AGQ just had 2 nice green candles up, so I bet that filled. Or did we already fill that? We didn't. Check your little bit of your handwriting on your note. So if we go to the sleep well at night, it has almost a 90% pop because it's very conservative, but it's still a number. Like, look at the number. That return is still fantastic. So if we get 46 cents at 62, right? And it's a 7-day trade, divide by 7, and then multiply by 365. It's at almost 39% annualized. You know how often we take that? Every day, right, Bart? That's right, Terry. And twice on Sunday. So if we continue, we have 10 contracts to sell, right? Let's get crazy and go for the 49. See if we can't fill that in a 1 week conservative trade and still rake 490. I kind of want to fill that one right now. I don't know. Everything's rocking. We rocking. Didn't we talk about S&P through 5,100 a couple weeks ago? Yes, we did. So we're there. We're still got some legs, and we should have a little bit of a pullback in the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks, and then it's going to get to 5,300. And then at that point, we're going to have to watch out. We're going to have to watch out. Let's replace that order, go down 1 penny to see if we can fill it right now. Can we get 48? Let me pull DocuSign up over here. There we go. All right, we'll round that one up as well. DocuSign. We got DocuSign at 62 strike, 3.8 expiration, and 480 cash in the pocket. Okay, now what else? Zscaler. Let's go to the Z. I don't own any Zscaler. I've traded it before, and I am prepared to trade it again. And here's why. It's way down in its whiskey today because the street didn't like the earnings report. I thought it was great, and they beat top and bottom. Even guidance was really good. If you open up the hood, look underneath just a little bit, and look at this thing. So if we look back to the July 5th of 2015, 53 million is what they were raking, right? In less than 2 years, they more than doubled that. Okay. In less than 2 years, they more than doubled that. And less than 2 years from that, they more than doubled that. And guess what? Again, they more than doubled it again in 2 years. And now they're looking to be at around 1.9 as far as 1.9 billion coming from 53 million. Now, what else? Are they losing money? Yes, but they're losing less money. So if you look, what it does is it typically crescendos, right? Because they're buying business essentially. They're paying these engineers. And Zscaler is a cybersecurity company, and I think it's a really good one, according to everything I've looked at. But I thought it was high, and now I think it's close. But I don't need to own it. If I can make some money selling puts on it, that's what I'm going to do. So if you look at the last 3 prints on the full year, we lost 326 million. Oh, then we only lost 228 million. Oh, and now only 185 million. Now, if we look at shares outstanding, what are they doing? Are they just giving shares away? Well, they did for a while. Okay. They peaked. If you look at it had almost double the amount of shares they had outstanding between July 2018 and July 2019. But if you look from that date of 2019 to now, it's only a difference of 24 million shares outstanding. That sounds like a lot, but for these types of companies, that's not a lot. There's no way that AGQ hasn't filled. That thing's moondogging it. Thing's rocketing. Back to this one though. Okay. So Zscaler, here we're down 22 points today, 9.22%. So I was looking at what would be a conservative trade on the Zscaler, and I think that if I look around 205, it's going to be very conservative, but still have a nice little payday for us right here and right now in just a 7-day trade. Okay, sell put. If we scroll down to the 205, we're looking at a 84% chance of profit. You got 53% volatility, and you're at $1.43. Okay. How crazy do you want to get? I don't know. How crazy. Feeling a little froggy, are you? Kind of. Let's split the difference. So instead of doing 20 contracts, let's do 15. How's that sound? If we put 15 contracts up, okay, and we should be able to get what? $1.47? That'd be $2,200 today. And I'll gladly pay you Tuesday. So let's try to put that Zscaler on the board. Oh, no, let's not. What stopped you in your tracks? I don't know. What? The $307,000 in collateral? It kind of did. I feel it's high conviction, but I don't have to be that risque, do I? Don't. So what are you going to do then? What's it going to be, boy? 5? 147. Put up 102 grand on Zscaler. You're kind of going like the opposite of what you said you were going to do. What does that mean? Well, that means you said you were going to start raising cash and get conservative. See, it's still, well, it's not morning. It's now afternoon, because normally in the morning I have GRB is with me. I call him Get Rich Bart, where like everything, nothing could go wrong. Everything we touch turns to gold. And then in the afternoon, sometimes, my friend, my simple man, Simple Bart, is like, why do that? Why would you do that? You're at an all-time high in your account. You had some nice, fairly conservative trades and calls and positions, ETFs, and companies that you are fine even holding through a depression. Collected some decent cash today already. So what I'm going to do is go back to the drawing board and think about this. I was all excited about it 2 hours ago. That was anticlimactic. It was still climatic. It was. So let's see if that, yeah. So GDX, or we got all kinds of fills. So I'll have to go through and see what we got. We definitely got the AGQ filled. What else was on the board? Was GDX on the board? Yeah, no, GDX filled. So GDXJ filled as well. And yeah, so we'll add all that up. I'll put it into the options spreadsheet. Oh, we're closing in on the 194. So we got all that going for us. Long video. Thanks for sticking in. Like, subscribe, comment, share with a lovable friend. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.